A lot of agents are nervous because we've had the most disruptive AEP, which really has only just begun, that we've had in the past 20 years. And so many plans exiting, so much drama, so much bad news on non-commissions and half commissions and suppressed and exits, that a lot of people are wondering, is there a future in this business? And the answer is, yeah, yeah. You like you like how you registered that? So let's say 5 to 10 years, we're solid because the demographics are still in our favor, because so many people are still aging into the market. So even with all the current headwinds that we have, there's still room for us. But like past 10 years, and I don't know how much more it would accelerate than that. Are agents going to be replaced by technology, by AI? Because all the carriers want to go direct to the consumer. They want to bypass all of us. So if that makes you depressed, maybe stop watching the video, because I hate when people call me and say, you got my agents upset. Okay, this is your trigger warning to get off the rest of this video. But I want to be realistic with the fact that that is coming. That is the goal of each and every carrier, is to eliminate the sales force that they have in the field, thus independent contractors. They want to save that money. And you feel that for the first time this year, which I have been warning people about this for a long time. And they said they'll never do it. And here they go. Here they go. They started doing that. So they can play with fair market value. And it's okay. We can still make a great living in this business. We got to adjust how we do business. Key being we diversify heartily into all other products, and not just rely heavily on the Medicare Advantage component of it, and that we're selling all year long. I mean, a good agent wishes there were no AEP. A good agent is making money each and every month on agents, and that's solid business. You don't have all the negatives of the AEP. But AEP is a foregone, agreed upon mess every year, and a lot of people capitalize on AEP and really grow their business during AEP. So, do the carriers want to get rid of us? Yes, they do. Will they get rid of us? They're working on that actively. Now, you saw that they tried with their interior call centers. Are you aware how many of the carriers, which is all the big guys, have made their own FMO? They either grew it, like Golden Age, I don't know what I can't remember the name, or they bought it, like Carefree and Health Markets and the ones that they bought. Can't remember you know what I'm talking about. So a lot of agents aren't aware that these people that look like FMOs are really just the carrier. The carrier is getting into the business to get more of the business, to kind of edge everybody else out of the business. And that's okay. They have a right to do that. It's a for-profit business. They're trying to maximize profits for shareholders. So you want to know, this is pretty disruptive. Is next year going to be better? That's really the question of the hour. Is this a bad year? Last year wasn't great, as far as disruption. 1 million people had a plan exit at last AEP. This year, we're looking at more 1.3. So is this over? Is this market correction and next year's blue skies? No. So nobody knows, but everybody's an armchair analyst. And people say this correction will be 3 to 5 years. Okay? So it ain't over next year. So don't just feel like, well, if I just get through this year, then I'll be back to how it used to be. No, it's not going to be over. All of the things that coalesced to make the market pressure to reduce commissions, to eliminate commissions, to drive plan exits, all of those things are still happening. Those headwinds are still blowing our way. So next year will be more of the same, which means, 1, you have a job. They need you. And 2, you have to be nimble. You have to be flexible. You have to be expanding. How much ancillary business are you doing? And you're like, I never really have time for that. Yeah, you need to have time for that. Are you well-versed on cancer, heart attack, and stroke? Are you well-versed on the different hospital indemnity plans? Which ones are guaranteed issue? Are you well-versed on final expense? I don't really want to mess with final expense. I know you don't. You've been doing Medicare Advantage primarily for years, and it's been up, 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 up. Nothing goes up forever. And you know that, right? We know that. So we're having a major market correction, and it's going to correct. And when it corrects, it's not going to be the way it was. It's going to be different. Part of that is fueled by technology. AI, there are going to be AI agents. And you've seen how good AI has gotten and how quickly it has improved just in the last 12 months. It's amazing. So there's a lot underfoot to have AI agents that people really feel like they're kind of talking to an agent. And that will displace a lot of agents. Agents that haven't, I don't know how to say, matured with the market changes. They haven't adapted. So if your business was just, yes, thank you, yes, next, those days might be gone. You need to be much more retention driven, service driven. Why would somebody want to work with you versus working with AI? Because I'm comfortable with AI now and it's easy. I want to say, hey, Siri, I need to get a Medicare Advantage plan. I'm turning 65. Is that coming? You can bet your butt that Amazon has been working on that for years now. And it's been clunky. They're not there yet. But yeah, that is behind the scenes. So why are people going to want to work with you? A traditional, live, local field agent. Well, in your mind, you're like, of course they would prefer to work with a live, local field agent. And not necessarily, right? What do you bring to the table? People are more accustomed to not working with people anymore, to doing it all online. They're accustomed to it. You have to show your value, and you have to be a marketer. You have to market your value, not just that, hey, I sell insurance, but all the things I do, that I help you after the enrollment. Because AI is not going to be doing that, right? I'm going to give you the personal hand-holding, step-by-step help with your claims, help with all the things that pop up. You have to position yourself in your market. You have to market yourself. And a lot of agents haven't done that. I would say most agents are not comfortable with social media. Neither am I. And yet, I somehow managed to do it. And you have to do the same. It's not optional. It's not like, oh yeah, some people can do that, but I can't really do that. Every insurance agent will have to become good at social media, good at getting their message across by video. And you're like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That's like saying, I'm not going to use a computer. When we were getting computers, it's like saying, I'm really not going to do it. You don't have an option. Now you can retire. You can leave the business. But if you're going to stay in the business, you have to be more of a marketer of your business. So now's the time where you need to be consuming social media of people that are doing a good job of it. So you're at the first place because we've been doing it the longest. But look at other agents in your market that are doing a good job. What videos do they put out? What social media platforms are they at? Look at them. How many views did they get? How long was the video? How many comments? You're busy. You have time. Most people consume some form of social media. Maybe it's only Facebook. Maybe it's only Twitter. Maybe it's whatever. But look what other people are doing, because you're going to have to be doing that. You're either going to have to do that or you're going to have to retire. And I know a lot of you are saying, I'll probably just retire because I'm like getting old anyway. There's a lot of people like, that's not going to happen. But my daughter or my son or my nephew's coming into the business and they'll be more comfortable with it. And that's part of what you're training them. You're saying, this is the new phase of our business. It's going to be tech driven, not just that we don't have paper apps. And believe me, we have a lot of agents that want to use paper apps still, and they want to fax it in, and I can't get them to quit, and that's okay. But you're not going to be able to do the volume you need with commissions being lowered if you're doing business the old way in the future. And the future is now. So I don't want to depress you about the industry because, again, it's a good business. You can make a very good living. Maybe you have to change how you've done things. I try to say that nicely, right? But the answer is definitely you have to change what you've been doing. What got you here won't get you there. So if you've only been selling Medicare Advantage, you need to diversify at least into Medicare supplements because, you need to get a check. It's a harder sale than a zero premium. And then you need to diversify into ancillary products, and you need to diversify into the products that are more complicated that you really don't want to sell, like maybe fixed annuities. Hit the brakes. But financially, if you sell one fixed annuity a year, well, let's say you do one a month. You could pick up an extra 50 grand just selling a fixed, very, very conservative, safe investment. And they just like, I don't know about annuities. Yeah, there's very confusing annuities out there, and there's very high risk annuities. There's many different types. I'm talking about the simplest, most conservative, safest vehicle out there, a fixed indexed annuity. And our annuity department at Gord Market does a tremendous job training brand new agents to just come in to the fixed FIA market. You need to be there. You don't have to be aggressive, but you need to be talking to your Medicare clients and saying, so now that you're retiring, what are your plans for your 401k? It's not a big push, because most people say, I don't know what to do with it. There you go. You don't have to ask for all of their 401k money. You can ask for a small percentage of it to put away in a CD-like investment with more upside than a CD. Like, that's the whole presentation right there. That's it. You don't have to be well-versed in all the different types of annuities and talk about market risk and all the different buckets. You just need to say, hey, what are you going to do? Do you have a plan? If not, I'd be happy to help you with that. I know a lot of you out there. Tell me in the comments, how many of you know you need to sell fixed index annuities, have had it on your to-do list, but haven't really done it yet? Be honest. Tell me in the comments, because it's the majority of our agents. They don't want to do it. If you want to be successful, what got you here won't get you there. You're going to have to go into some other markets to supplement what you're doing, because this disruption is not going to be quickly over. I hope that didn't scare you. I hope that, bucked you up to say, okay, fine, I'm up for the challenge. It's a good business. It's a profitable business. Not many businesses have residual income, renewals, like our business, which is why so many people flooded into our business. A lot of those people that came in for a quick, easy Medicare Advantage buck are going to leave the business. And frankly, I'm happy to see a lot of those people go. Okay? But those of us, the traditional field agent that Gord Marketing serves, people that belly to belly talk to our clients, or maybe more now, phone to phone talk to our clients, but we know our clients. We have a relationship with our clients. There is a need for us. People want us, but you can't just assume that they see the value in using us versus all these other platforms that are coming down the road for them to just get online and bypass us. So thank you for watching. If you learned something, tell me in the comments. If you're alarmed, tell me in the comments. If you're happy that I talked to you frankly and you're not upset that you're happy somebody was talking to you frankly, I appreciate that. Tell me in the comments.